with how my brain works. You guys separate this knowledge however it works for you, okay? But this is what I see. $7,000, okay? It's being, what, split into 2 scholarships. So I'm gonna just draw a diagram of what's happening here. We're tearing it into 2 different scholarships. Twice the amount of the smaller is 1,000 less than the larger. So we know we have a smaller and a larger. So I'm just gonna write that. Smaller, larger. That's helping me to see that, okay, there's 2 amounts happening. Yep. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And let me show you, the first thing I was looking for, the easiest approach to look for is like what Taylor did in the very beginning. You know how what she did, she had one word like length on the left. Remember when I wrote that? And then on the other side, you had the larger or the smaller, you know, or in that case, it was width. In this example, though, I was suspecting we'd be able to, but see how we have smaller with all kinds of descriptive stuff, and we have larger with descriptive stuff? It's not so easy to pick that out, is it? Not in this problem. So we won't use Taylor's strategy on this one. Instead, we'll do what Kelly's suggesting, which is we say, you know what? We can find a different relationship than just saying, let this be the letter, and we can write it directly. Since both sides are kind of mixed up with the equals in the middle, we'll go back to that original number and say, can we at least find some way to talk about how those 2 things relate with 7,000? Okay, smaller. Do you want that to be the X or the other one? Which one should be the X? Smaller or larger? Okay, it doesn't actually matter, but we will make it smaller. This is like the rope thing, kind of. That's what Kelly was saying. Because what's that mean? If a certain amount goes into the smaller account, how much went into the larger one? The leftover part, yeah, which is 7,000 minus whatever that was. So $7,000 minus X, we've gone to the larger one. That's a dollar sign with a little 7 that looks horrible. Let me fix that. Okay. Now let's plug our stuff in. Twice. That sounds like a 2 times to me. So 2 times amount of smaller. Which one's that? Okay, X. Again, it's always safe to use those parentheses. In fact, I just put it here on just a plain X. It doesn't change anything, though. That sounds like an equals. $1,000 less than. Now, we know less than means minus, but what happens with this 1,000? The then throws it to the end, right? So we have the larger. And what was the larger? 7,000 minus X. I'll put it in parentheses just for safe housekeeping. Then we have the minus and the 1,000 that got thrown to the end. And there you go. Let's see what we've got. Looks like we have 2X equals 7,000 minus X minus 1,000. So we're back to just a basic algebra problem. You guys okay? 7,000. I mean, let's put like terms together. We see we have regular numbers over here on the right. What's 7,000 minus 1,000? We have 6,000. Then we have minus X equals 2X. Again, remember our objective is to get X by itself. Once we get here, we don't worry about the words. We just worry about solving for X, like always. So we want X by itself. It's on opposite sides, so our first thing is, hey, get them on the same side. Which one do you want to move? The negative X? It doesn't matter. You could have chosen the other one. The idea is you just move one. What would have happened if I had moved the 2X, just out of curiosity? How would that have worked? What would have been on the right-hand side when 2X went away? Would the equals just disappear, or would I have a 0? A 0, okay. So if you ever end up clearing off one side, guys, remember to write a number there, and it's a 0. Okay, but yeah, I agree. I'm going to move the X. When I move it to the other side, it becomes a positive X. That looks hard, but that's what it becomes. So I'm going to cancel this one. We have X plus 2X is equal to 6,000. 1 plus 2. How many X's do we have? Okay, 3X equals 6,000. To get X by itself, we see a 3 attached to an X by multiply. So the opposite, what tears those apart, is divide. So we'll divide by 3 on one side, and then you must do it to the other side. X is equal to what? Okay, and that's a very good point. I'll put the dollars back up above it. Now, what do you want me to do? Do I just find one of the amounts or both? Really? Which one were we supposed to find? I guess that would have been the best one to. Oh man, I could have made it easier. You guys should have told me that. Okay, so we just now found which one? We found the smaller. So we have to remember what we just found, so we know if we're done or not. How many dollars was it in the larger? You know, it would have been